So did that game just count? Seriously? So the great Michael Vick was able to only rush for 10 yards. LaShawn McCoy, the Cowboys held him to 35 yards. Deshaun Jackson, 90 yards, but no touchdowns. As a matter of fact, the Philadelphia Eagles could only score 2 touchdowns. Babin, not only did he not get a sack, but he also didn't even register a tackle. And DeMarcus Ware, 2 sacks. Now, if I told you this before the game, who would you say is going to win? Hey, welcome to the Dallas Cowboys of the 21st century. Now, the good news is the game really didn't count. It did, but it didn't. Because the Giants won the earlier game against the Jets, and so therefore it made this game completely meaningless. Because whether the Cowboys won or not, it didn't really matter, because next week, the final game of the season against the Giants, whoever wins that is going to win the whole division. Essentially, it didn't matter, but it matters to those of us who care about the difference between 8-6 and 8-7. Because do you want to finish this season as division champions at 10-6? Or division champions at 9-7? Or you can just miss the playoffs completely at 8-8. Oh, there's so many great choices. So we could have wrapped this division up a few weeks ago, but typical recent history Dallas Cowboys style, we have backed our way into the final game of the season with an opportunity that if we win, we'll be in the playoffs. And oh, what momentum we have. But the one thing about the Dallas Cowboys over recent history, and especially this year, is I've learned a lot. Because Dallas Cowboys have so much potential. Seriously, you can't ask for a better quarterback. Yeah, he makes mistakes, but what quarterback doesn't? So you can't ask for a better quarterback, you can't ask for better wide receivers. You can't ask for better tight ends. You can't ask for a better kicker now with Bailey. You certainly can't ask for a better punter. You can't ask for better... Well, okay, just about everything else you can ask for better stuff. But the main weaknesses that we have are the offensive line. We need offensive line. And we can really ask for better defensive backs. Of course, I've been saying offensive line and defensive backs for like 5 years or so. And we still can't manage to improve in those areas. It's really encouraging. But what I have learned about the Dallas Cowboys is that with all that potential, and then not realizing it, it makes me look at my own life and think, wow, I have a lot of potential to do a lot of really wonderful things with my life, but am I wasting it like the Cowboys? Because in the NFL, life is short. You only have, well, maybe a couple of years. Some of the great ones can last about 10 years or so, but that's rare. And let's say you are one of those rare ones that's really great, and you just happen to be able to play for about 10 years or so. Now, what are the chances that you're actually going to be on a good team for those 10 years, or even a part of those 10 years? See, there's no guarantees with anything. When it comes to the NFL and making it to a Super Bowl, a lot of things have to come together. And one of the most important things is all the individuals on that team have to come together as a team. And they have to have the will to win. The will to be better than everybody else. They have to enforce their will into the NFL and walk away a champion every single year. And yet for 16 years, I haven't been able to do that even once. Not even close to once. It's been really sad. And I can't help but think, in my adult life, I have this wonderful self-image that I'm this amazing person and can do all these wonderful things, but am I really? Am I not reaching my potential? Am I just sitting around letting the years go by and suddenly I'm injured or I'm retired or the team falls apart? See, while I'm here on this planet, I've only got so much time. Sure, I could live to be 100, but there's no guarantees. If I live to be 100, what are the guarantees my health is going to be good enough to be active for those 100 years? What if tomorrow I try to walk across the street, get hit by a car, and then it's all over? Or maybe I'm just horribly injured for a while, and then the rest of my life I'm not able to live and do the things that I can do now. See, there are no guarantees in real life, and certainly not in the NFL. So the Dallas Cowboys need to learn how to enforce their will into the NFL and choose to be better than the other people. Choose to be better than the people on the other sideline that day. Wouldn't that be awesome? I would like that. So what we have now coming into the final week of the NFL, week 17. So this is game number 16. It's a primetime game. Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants. From the beginning of the season, we knew looking at the schedule that, hey, that's probably going to be the big game right there. That's going to decide everything. Now, we didn't realize that both of the teams would be really pathetic at that point, but it still comes down to that game, and that'll settle everything, because the winner goes to the playoffs. The loser goes home. Of course, the playoffs begin this week for both of those teams, because as soon as either one of them loses, they go home. And since the Cowboys choked to the Eagles and just kind of laid there and let them win, we were lucky to score a touchdown, let's face it. But losing that game to the Eagles certainly takes us out of any kind of potential for a wild card team. That's not going to happen now. Only one team from the NFC East is going to make it, and it's going to be the winner of this Sunday night. So we have the New York Giants, who have the potential to be pretty good. Now, they've only won a couple of games in the past month or so, but one of those games was against us. Big surprise. And this is the opportunity the Cowboys have. Are they going to take control of their own destiny? Are they going to step forward and just beat the snot out of anybody else that tries to stop them? Or are they just going to kind of lay down and enjoy their trip to New York and then enjoy the trip back to Dallas and enjoy the off season? I don't know. I know what winners do, so let's hope the Cowboys also know what winners are supposed to do. And the truth is, it's really simple. If the Dallas Cowboys can just win their next 5 games, then they will be Super Bowl champions. Well, I, for one, am looking forward to seeing what the Dallas Cowboys are going to do, because I got a pretty good feeling about this. I think it's time that we all wake up and start to realize our potential. Start to act on that. Start to step forward into that. Let's make something out of our lives. And let's pray that the Dallas Cowboys make something out of the 2011 season. So once again, I'm Daniel. This is Cowboy Nation, and I will see you on the other side.